Hello, Slothrin and adult fans of LEGO. I decided to take this time to bring to you another episode of Sloth City because, well, I had the opportunity, I took it and ran with it. Sloth Senior is off to a doctor's appointment, and so I have the house to myself. I have already taken a shower without worrying about being interrupted by Sloth Senior being taken short and barging into the bathroom. And now I am bringing you this most wonderful little update of Sloth City. And here I am in Sloth City's wonderful public park with its beautiful koi pond that Sloth Senior has put in, currently babysitting Brett's Build's alligators and chilling with other fine citizens of Sloth City. But the big thing, I suppose, is that rather than try to come up with an ultimate 4.0 for Sloth City, I decided that I was just going to put things every which way and just start playing. Just because I couldn't let it sit like that anymore, and I had to have things out where people could be doing stuff. So it is not really to be considered in its final form, but I've got buildings set out and roads set up again, and I figured I would show those to you now. So let's get on with it. So backing up from the park, you can see that there are really open expanses of no base plates at all. But we have the wonderful, beautiful Marine Research Center with our waterfront is all accessible, and we have, for some reason, the park is coming off of that, and those are really not attached to the rest of Sloth City at all. But if we come over here, we have Sloth City proper, the sections that I had managed to put sidewalks down, and now have since a lot of sidewalks have been ripped up. But coming around, all of this is now attached, and that's most of what we had for Sloth City, really. But now there's room for Sloth Acres housing development. We've got the alien residences next to each other in this configuration. We have the Sloth Sanctuary, and our fine sloth is being visited by his buddies. One of the large rock monsters has brought the puppies to come see the sloth and come to the Sloth Sanctuary. And also the Tauntaun is visiting. There you can see the troll is a regular visitor. But we have the houses set up again. We have our lesbian grocery store set up. And currently we now have the housing kind of extending over this way too. So we have the Fabuland Hotel. We have the condos. We have the bachelor pod quarters for people who are not in family relationship situations, and so just need a spot that's big enough for themselves, very conveniently located to everything. And if we come out here, then you can see over here, here's where Sesame Street is currently located, next to the library. And if we come over here we have the transporter for anybody who needs to transport in and out of Sloth City. not wanting to use the more traditional means of transportation, that is our nice transporter. And over here we have the Time restaurant where we still have the best pizzas in town and its little courtyard dining area. Coming back over here, we've got some random traffic going on. Here is the fine poly bag that I won from Multigasm Geek on Instagram. He probably has a YouTube channel, I don't know, but look him up on Instagram. He has awesome polybag giveaways on Tuesday, where if you are following his Instagram page and you like on his post and you comment tagging a friend, you have an opportunity to win an awesome polybag, and you get a choice of like 9 of them. And I chose this one, so we have this awesome little convertible with this fine styling dude, and it came with what is currently the only stoplight in Sloth City. Not that I didn't have the opportunity to make more of them, I just never set any of them up. But since it came with the poly bag, I figured I would stick it there on the corner, and we could see what it was like having a traffic light in Sloth City. But other than that, we just have citizens going about their day. Here we have this lovely couple with their adopted dogs, and apparently they decided the best way to keep those doggos safe was for one of them to drive and one of them to ride facing backwards to make sure that the dogs do not jump off of their lizard mobile. But we have other citizens. We have fine alien citizens, a little group here, riding along on some nice walker thing. Just, citizens going about their citizen day. Citizens eating in the restaurants, having their citizen meals. Getting wonderful burgers as big as your head. Getting wonderful seafood at the Shrimp Shack Diner. And over here, we have all my wonderful buddies from the LEGO community whose sig figs are here. We've got Brett's Builds. We've got Brother Buttchop. We've got the Woodshop Teacher. And then on our wonderful, wonderful vintage double-decker bus, we have Haley Bricks and Parker the dog. We have Winter Bricker. We have Soul Brick. We have Robin Whole Builds. We have Louie 2x4. We have Willie. We have Scary Story Zamora. We have M Productions. We have Willie's Toilet that I stuck up there on the top deck just to make sure that it didn't get lost when the city got rearranged. Can't be losing the toilet. I promised him as long as he was here there would be a toilet for him. And so I have always kept it with him. And continuing to add little things to the Star Adventurer Park motif. We have this wonderful little rocket ride. We have a space vehicle that can be climbed into and examined. And there we have minifigure collector Robbie with his friend, another one of the rock monsters, and the cat that they adopted to live with the rock monsters in the Rock Monster Cavern, are all visiting the park and visiting this fine vehicle that I think that you're even allowed to take out for little test drives if you are so inclined and feel safe in doing that. But I will not speak on behalf of Robbie of whether or not that is something that he wants to do, but there is Robbie. And what else is going on that I can show you? Of course, we have awesome people lined up to go on the roller coaster. We have awesome people at the shoot 'em target things with their laser shoot 'em gun things and all of the wonderful prizes. I just like showing people all of the wonderful prizes that you can win, all of those wonderful, well, guns. Also rockets, also lightsabers. I'm going to be trying to add a few more things to make it a little bit less, I don't know, gunnish. But in the meantime, there's a wide variety of weaponry, all nice and violent for everyone. But there we have the current layout of the city. Oh, yes! Got the curtains up again, so now we have the poofy white cloud curtains up above Sloth City instead of down on the runway and attacking the planes and so forth. So isn't that nice to have them up there? And don't they look considerably not jinky, considering that I really did not take much time with them and never measured them, just kind of eyeballed them, but they're mostly even, mostly regular, and mostly of an equal height, length, mostly. But yes, there we have the awesome Sloth City that now just runs around and around and around. Over here, we have some wonderful train track, bendy track, so that if I want to experiment with the train parts for building a train engine, for putting in a train somewhere here, now that we have all of this fine space, even if we don't have enough base plates for it, there is the train track. And eventually I will get all of the vehicles that I threw into bins and all of the extra citizens that are currently languishing in bins. But we do still have plenty of things going on here on the streets, just as is, even if we are missing a lot of our citizens. But just taking a brief look around one more time, admiring the wonderful seascape of the Sloth Sea here at the border of Sloth City. And gosh, that's just gorgeous. Isn't that beautiful? But there we have it, everything that is going on currently in Sloth City. Of course, there will eventually be new builds again. There will be more base plates. There will be things happening. Perhaps builds will be completed. We'll get the citizens back. Brett's builds will eventually have a home for his alligators so that he is not forced to leave them behind in the park where they have to be babysat to make sure that they don't eat the squirrels. But yes, thank you for coming to this little update. There will be some sort of update coming soon where I am sure something will have happened and I will tell you all about it. But in the meantime, I hope that you, my dear Slothrin and adult fans of LEGO, have a most excellent and fantabulous day.